McCall investigates a community activist staged suicide. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve from VALHARTV, and today I'll be reviewing The Equalizer, Episode 4, It Takes a Village. So we start out with a local community activist named Malcolm walking with his friend Crystal, and they're talking to people in the community. Now, he's offering them help, to make sure they have the things they need. We even see him talk to an older lady, and he says, if you need anything else, please give me a call. So I thought this was a good opening because of the fact that we do see people caring about their community. So I had no issues with that. I thought that was a good opening. We do go on to later on that night and see Crystal coming back from, I believe it's a date, and she's trying to call Malcolm, and she ends up coming up on a crime scene and finding out that Malcolm is dead. So this is where she starts to reach out to Robin and her merry band so she can get help because she doesn't believe it's a suicide. So Robin and Crystal meet, and Robin shows her, or Crystal shows Robin videos of him being a activist, where he's giving speeches about the community and sticking together, things like that. And she says straight out that it's not a suicide. This was intentional because he didn't have any of those tendencies, even though there was a suicide note that was written by him. So Robin, of course, starts her investigation, and she goes to Malcolm's apartment. And she looks around. Now we see like Malcolm X posters on the wall and some other stuff, and she ends up collecting some evidence. And got to read my notes, sorry. And so then she goes back to to her headquarters, and with Harry's help, they find a clue in the suicide note. It's a lyric, or it points to a song, and then from the song they figure out that it's that it has something to do with the gangs. So of course she goes and investigates that lead, and of course we end up getting to see Detective, believe his name is Dante, or Dannett, not Dante, Dannett. And he, so she enlists his help again. But, of course, there's playful banter. They're kind of flirting with each other. And he's, like she is with him at least. And he's starting to go along with it. It's kind of funny because he wants to arrest her. But, by the end of this episode, well, you'll see if you watch it. So with his help, they pretty much, figure out these leads, and they catch one of the bad guys who actually committed the murder of Malcolm. So we go from there, and we see that Robin and her merry band start to piece together that there's a rich white guy who's kind of behind everything. So we get to, we go along, and they start to check him out. And Robin, of course, enlists her CIA friend. And then she also enlists the help of Edwin, who's the son of the rich guy. So we see that, there's tension between everybody there because we get to see that Harrington is not a very nice guy. He's a rich guy. He figures the means justify the ends. And honestly, I kind of got that impression from Robin as well. And she actually kind of talks about that with Dannett as well towards the end of the episode. So this episode had like a lot of stuff in it. It had political activism and activism. It showed the power of going to social media to get a point across, and they also wanted the point of this taking your matters into your own hands to enact change. But yeah, this had gangs that didn't care about their community. This had a rich white guy trying to take whatever he wanted, not caring about the consequences and what happened to, happens to other people because of his actions. And it also has a heist sequence in this. So this kind of had a little bit of everything in it. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the family dynamic in this. I do think it is getting a little bit better, but again, it's not much. It's really hard to say because this is only the 4th episode, but it's not. Yeah, I still don't really care for it that much. The effects in this were okay. I mean, they're practical effects, so it's not really anything unusual. There really wasn't that much fighting in this. I don't think there was actually any fighting by Robin in this. We do get a sequence though from the picture here where Robin talks about her fingers being guns and she points them at stuff and they explode. Like gunshots happen. So I kind of laughed at that because I was like, that's super unbelievable. But these gang members believed it. So I was like, wait, what? I was like, that is terrible, but funny at the same time. So I did laugh. Honestly, I think this episode did start out good. I'm not going to lie. I did like the fact that they had Malcolm going through the community, helping people out and caring. I think we need more of that. People caring about their communities and stuff and actually wanting to enact and help people out, enact change in their communities and help people out in the communities. So I thought that was good. But it quickly goes downhill into, as it really becomes very preachy by the end. So that I didn't like. This is definitely a person of interest show. I know I had a viewer who posted a comment on, I think, 1 or 2 videos ago about this, and they said this was straight out person of interest, and I went back and watched the first 2 episodes, and it is. But person of interest is way better. I'm not going to lie. I've been very disappointed about this show. I watched reruns of the 1985 Equalizer, and I think that show was way better, too. I would give this at least a 4.5, 5 out of 10. I hope that they start getting better, but it seems to go down the same road. You get like a couple little nuggets here and there, but then it's the same type of bad guy. I mean, every week it's, it is what it is though. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I'm hoping it gets better, but I don't think it's going to. If you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and also subscribe as I'll be doing more content each week. And leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought about this episode. Take care for now, everybody.